Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first car commute here in Tokyo. As you can see, it's a bit of a dismal morning. A little bit of drizzle. We're just coming into the rainy season. Tsuyu in Japanese. And Tsuyu is one of my most hated times of the year because I hate rain. Puts a damper on my spirits. But I didn't know that I hated rain until I left my hometown, Portland, Oregon. Portland is like this many months of the year. So when it's sunny, there's cause for celebration. It was really sunny, and it was fantastic throughout the winter, just crisp, cold, but sunny days, and it makes such a huge difference. And coming to Tokyo, the weather is very similar to Washington, D.C., with lots of sunshine and just great weather, especially during the winter. But Tsuyu, the rainy season, is not great. Yeah, good to have you guys here. Hey, North Texas, 104. Yeah, my friend actually lives in Austin. Hey, Keith. And he sent me a screenshot of the weather coming up. And it's only June. What's going to happen? Hey, Jason. What's going to happen in August, for crap's sake? Hope your power stays on and you got aircon aplenty. So right now we're on Haksan Street. This is one of the main arteries. Stupid brakes are squeaking. One of the main arteries into the center part of Tokyo. And we'll be passing by, we just went through Sugamo, and we'll be passing through Suidobashi, which is where the Sobu train line is, and that takes you into Akihabara when you head west, and into head east into Akihabara, west into Shinjuku on the Soba line. We'll also be passing Tokyo Dome. That'll be on your right. And yeah, good to see you guys. It's been a long time since we've done a live stream. No apologies. I better keep my hands on the wheel. But when the time is right, I am okay with doing live streams. And I'm in a new car, so I'm excited. It's like it's a new chapter. I will check the chats as we come to a safe stop. Meanwhile, please keep your safety belts fastened. And please click that thumbs up. Let's get this channel rocking. If you like car drives, give it a thumbs up. If you like Tokyo, give it a thumbs up. I won't ask if you like me, because I want thumbs up. There's a bit of construction going on here. So yeah, this is my first car in 23 years. I'm a car guy. I like cars. But I didn't have a car until now here in Tokyo. I've always had motorcycles and scooters, which are by far the way to go. I've learned that very quickly. Parking in Tokyo is a real bear on the wallet. Very expensive when you park in a parking lot. We talked about this the other day on John's channel briefly. It's about 20 minutes is about 300 yen, 2 to 300 yen. For some reason my other phone just started playing Frank Sinatra. What in the heck's going on here? And a Christmas Frank Sinatra of all of all songs. Hang on a second. Turn off. Where are you? Frankie, sorry, old blue eyes. All right, he's done. What was that all about? um, it was on my playlist, I think, and old Blue Eyes popped in. Um, yeah, so right now we're at Haksan, and this is where I used to live. My wife and I, before we got married, we owned an apartment here. And hey, Keith, and it's a little bit natsukashi coming through here. Um, Diesel's cheaper than gas here. I just filled this thing up first time, and it was like 43 liters or something, and it was about 6,000 yen. So I think it was 140 something yen per liter of diesel. But you know, it's great because this doesn't have that annoying diesel sound that a lot of the older diesel cars, like the old Mercedes and stuff, had. That rattling, like there's a wrench stuck on the fan belt. So this is actually quite nice. And man, that turbo, this thing moves. I'm not gonna display that right now because there's a lot of police officers on this road. But trust me, this thing moves for a 4-cylinder. Very impressive. But yeah, going back to being a car guy, I've been looking for a while now about getting a car here, and you know, parking's a real pain, and just the whole process of getting a car it's a turbo diesel, yes. The whole process of getting a car here is quite how would you say, laborious. There's just so many papers you have to fill out, and hoops you got to jump through. I mentioned before on John's channel how the police will come to your house before you can even license the car. You have to prove that you have a parking space, and that parking space has to be within 2 kilometers of your residence. We have a garage in our house, so, but I have my bikes in there. We have bicycles, and it's not really conducive to parking this car in there as well. Total hassle pulling things out and shifting them around, and no way. So I found another parking space, and it's in a tower, electronic tower that you pull in, and that costs about it's 24,000 yen a month. So with the exchange rate right now, it's probably like $200 US. Not cheap, not cheap. You add it up throughout the year, that 2,500 bucks, that's a lot of money. And then you've got insurance. Yeah, hey, only in Antarctica. I just answered that. 140 some yen per liter of diesel. So yeah, lots of hoops to jump through, but I got it. I just took the leap, and everybody's happy. My wife is happy. That's number one. Joji, my son, quote, "That car is insane." I don't know where he got that. It's not from me, from maybe some animation or something, some anime. But yeah, so I had cars since I was 16 years old. That was my first car. I had a 1970 Ford Torino. Tell me in the comments, what was your first car? Maybe you haven't had a car yet, but if you had a first car, what was it? And I gotta watch out for this decay driver. Tokyo Dome City is coming up on our right. I had a 1970 Ford Torino GT with a 351 Cleveland engine in it. That thing moved. I mean, a huge car, and I bought it. It was a wreck. I bought it for 600 bucks in 1984. 1984, I bought that thing. Ford Topaz, nice. Ford Laser, lots of Fords. Wow, another Ford Laser. Evan. Reliant K car. Oh, I remember those. Oh man, what was that? What did that K stand for? That was a Chrysler, but what was the K? It was like some sort of, they were reformatting the company or something. '81 Nissan Sunny, Ford Ranger. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Jason. Yeah, check out the podcast. This is a good time to plug that real quick. I just did a recent story uploaded a couple days ago about JFK's mistress that was murdered. Her name was Mary Pinchot Meyer. And it's a fascinating story, and a lot of people aren't even aware of this or had forgotten, including myself. I wasn't born yet, but in 1964, she was his lover obviously before he was assassinated, and she was murdered in Washington, D.C. And my podcast, my most recent one, is about that story. It's an amazing story, very well written by a writer that I'm using now, named Lucas. He's amazing. We've got some really good writers for the podcast, so please check out the podcast. The link is in the description of this video, and Jason also was kind enough to put it in the chats here. True crime weekly podcast, Homicide Inc. Please check it out. Please subscribe. Please rate it and comment. Thanks so much. Coming up on the right is Tokyo Dome. Let's see if I can kind of swing this over so you can spot it. I can get behind all the buildings. Did we miss it? It's kind of back behind here. It's hard to see now. Sorry about the little Homicide Inc. tangent, but back to the cars. So I had a 1970 Ford Torino GT, and it was against my father's wishes. I was 16 years old, and I've worked since I was 12 years old, doing odd jobs and saving my money, buying my own bicycle, and I worked. And I had a commute out to my high school. I went to a Catholic high school called LaSalle, and it was out in Milwaukee, Oregon. And I had a bit of a commute to get there on the TriMet bus, the local or the public transport. And I wanted to get a car, and I had money for it. So my dad was like, "You may not get a car until you're 18." And I was in my rebellious phase, and he couldn't give me a logical reason as to why I couldn't get a car. I had good grades, I was responsible, I never got in any trouble. All my friends were good guys. So I went behind his back and I bought that car. And man, he was pissed. And I remember bringing it home and parking it in our driveway. And he came home, he's like, whose car is that? I said, "It's mine. I told you not to buy a car." And that's basically it. And after a couple days, the steam was no longer coming out of his ears. And then I knew that he'd finally capitulated, or at least he honored my purchase, and he put a license plate frame on my car that I get around the license plate, like some local whatever car or something. And that was kind of his way of saying okay, and that was it. And I went crazy with that car. All right, we're just passing through Suidobashi, going under the tracks right now. This is the Sobu line. Hey, if you're enjoying this ride, please give it a thumbs up. I'll try to do more. I won't be driving this car nearly as much as I ride my bikes. Set up for live streaming through the city. The helmet, wearing the phone on the helmet and worrying about whether the signal's still going. It's just it's a real pain doing the live streams from the bike. But anyhow, yeah. Thank you for joining me. All right, we are coming into Jimbocho. This is Jimbocho coming up. Jimbocho is where you can come for sporting goods, bookstores. Just up the street here to the left is Ochanomizu Lots of guitar shops, instrument shops there. Loads of them. They're all kind of clustered together. To stop for instruments and things. Yeah. Y'all still there? You're all still there. Did I lose you? K-spray day, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Joji would probably like to get a car too. Sorry, not a car, a motorcycle too, but yeah, you need to know the roads and the rules and see the dangers of cars right next to you, and you know, before getting on a bike, because there are no do-overs when you get hit on a bike. Car, you have a little bit of steel protecting you. Yeah, so I had a after my Ford Torino, I sold that, and in '86, I guess I got an '86 Ford Mustang. So I also had a Ford. It was a 4-cylinder. It was gutless, but it was a cool looking car, black with red interior. I put a sunroof in it, and I paid somebody to put a sunroof on it, so it wasn't completely stock anymore, but it was cool car. Yeah, that Torino, the Starsky and Hutch one. Those are sweet, with that white racing stripe along the side. Those are cool. You still have it, Jason? 64 and a half? Mustang, it's the first year of the Ford Mustang. Send me a picture of that. Okay, this is kind of the tail end. That's awesome. How's the condition? Good condition? Yeah, I want to see that. I didn't keep the Mustang for too long, and then I got a 1981. I went back in time, and I got an 81 Cabriolet Volkswagen. It was actually a convertible Rabbit, and I loved that car. It was so peppy, and just putting the top down in Portland, you know, it was few and far between when you could actually drive with the top down, because the weather was always a bit inclement. But when it was top down weather, it was fantastic. And then I had to get practical, and I was moving to Washington, D.C., so I bought a Subaru, a 1989 Subaru wagon, and that was my last car until I moved to Japan. And then now I've got this one. And my son is already asking for a convertible. We saw his cool BMW convertible yesterday. I was like, son, maybe in another 23 years. I don't know about that, but. All right, Kokyo. The Imperial Palace is over here on our right. And off to our left is Otemachi. See if I can, you can't really see the palace very well, but we're on our way into Ebisu. I'm gonna get an oil change for this car and then leave it there and go across town over to do a job. I'm gonna meet his gimbal and another device in the car here. So I'm gonna meet up with him and give that to him. So here's might be able to see a little bit of the palace, some of the buildings here on the right rather. Kind of spin this around, see if you can see over there. What's this guy doing? Come on, I don't trust this guy. He's getting a little bit too close to my lane. he ran that red light. Oops. Sorry about that. So dead ahead here, this is Toronto. You can kind of see up these tall buildings. That area is Toronto. That tallest building there is one of my faves. That's Toronto Hills. And this, I think these kids might be crossing, so I should probably back up a bit here. There's a bunch of kids getting ready to cross. These are cute. Look at their little yellow hats. This is how the teacher keeps track of them. Oh, an Afghan, that dog. That dog was an Afghan. Look at those little kitties. Little kitties. Hey kids. Hey kids. Hi. Can you wave to me? Let's see if we can get somebody to wave. Hey. Hi. Nobody's waving. Another group coming. Another group over here on the left. All right, here we go. No kids in front of us. Good. I already missed my son's not wearing his hat. Let me get over here so I'm playing here. Put this in sport mode. Woohoo! Yeah, those little hats are cute that they wear. They wear them until 6th grade. So 7th grade is the kind of coming of age for these kids going into middle school. So it's K through 6 is elementary school. And then it's into middle school. Speed cameras, they're pretty common. We've already passed a couple. Yeah, people slow down. I don't think a lot of people get speeding tickets, to be honest. You don't see a lot of people hauling through these streets. On the expressway, probably. And in the tunnel, the Yamate tunnel, which I use, often going to Shibuya, there's a couple of traffic or speed lights, whatever you call them. Speed cameras. So now we are going to be going through Toronto, but first, off on our left is Hibiya Park. Hibiya Park coming up. Actually, it's not yet. Sorry, this is not Hibiya Park yet. This is still part of the palace grounds. The next cluster of trees is Hibiya Park. And oh no. Can we? I think we have to turn. Oh shoot. We want to go straight here, kids. So I'm gonna make these people a little bit upset. And we need to get in this other lane. This is kind of a drag. There's 4 lanes here that turn right, and only one that goes straight. So we gotta try to get over here. Well, this is a nice Volvo SUV right there. That's a beaut. Yeah, okay. This guy let me in? Let's see if this guy's let me in here. Can I go? Can I go? Is he gonna come in? Oh, thank you. All right, cool. Thank you. I have to put on our hazards. Arigato. Put on our hazards to say thank you to the car behind us who let us in, who was polite in traffic. That's what they do here in Japan. Flash your hazards. Okay. This is maybe a park off on our left right here is maybe a park. So as John has mentioned, John Daub, he and I are going to be doing a trip this summer, a much requested trip by motorcycle. So that's why John is getting his motorcycle license right now. And it's going to be epic. We're going to Hokkaido. I've been there on 3 rides now. Hokkaido is amazing by motorcycle. So the end of July, we'll be revealing all the details coming up pretty soon. But we're working out all the plan right now. That's one reason why I'm meeting up with him later, is to kind of go over some more details of the route and things. But we'll be going by motorcycle the first half and camper the second half. So it should be interesting whether we both come back alive. I hope we do. But yeah, when you're cooped up with somebody for a week, it could be challenging, especially with John. Oh my God. What kind of bikes we're gonna get? We're getting a couple of Japanese bikes. He's gonna be on a Honda, and I will be on a Yamaha, both cross bikes. So they're street bikes, but they are kind of on-off-road types that we could, in theory, go off-road with. We won't, but comfortable bikes for longer rides each day. His will be a 400cc, which is the max for the motorcycle license that he is getting now, and mine will be I think it's 900. So enough extra ponies under the seat to leave old JD in the dust. Just passing through Toronto now. This is kind of a cool, off on our right here is Toronto on Hills, and let's see here, I'm gonna put this back on Echo Pro, yeah. Off to the left is this cool place. Let's see if I can pull this out of here. It's called Good Morning Cafe, and if you're in this area, if you're staying in this area, I recommend this restaurant. Good burgers, breakfast stuff. And it's in a cool spot here in Toronto, right on the corner. Toronto on Hills is right here. Zoom all the way up there, but it's a skyscraper. And there's also one in Jimbocho. There's a few actually around Tokyo, the Good Morning Cafe. Let's see if we can tilt this up just a little more. There we go. So anybody that has made plans already to come to Japan? I know beginning tomorrow, officially, the gates will be opened for tours only, I believe, to begin with. Which is okay, it's understandable. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't think it'd be like a chaperone tour like you're in North Korea or something. There's still plenty of freedom. We'll be turning right coming up in a little bit and turning towards the Tokyo Tower. And whenever you mention Tokyo Tower, you got to give yourself a shameless plug. I do the audio guide for the top deck tour on Tokyo Tower. So if you are visiting Tokyo and you go to Tokyo Tower, take the top deck tour and get the English audio guide. And I am your guide. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Tokyo Tower will just be over here on our right. We don't have time to stop there today, but yeah, directly over on our right. Right now is Tokyo Tower. And we are going to turn right when we get up here, which will take us to Azabu Juban. Here we go. Ah, shoot. Missed it. This is the Shutoko right here. That one of the main expressways, elevated expressways that goes through Tokyo. Shuto Expressway. And I use that often when I'm going from my house into studios over here in this area. Very convenient, quick. Hi Ken, hello. Nice to see you. Yes, they do. Teslas are everywhere. There's lots of Teslas here in Tokyo. Very popular car here. And more charging stations are popping up. When I was looking for a car, one of the cars I looked at actually was the Toyota Mirai. Mirai means future, and it's the hydrogen-powered car. So, but there's not enough hydrogen filling stations. Well, I love the idea of zero emission. The only emission's water from these cars. So, some construction guys walking by. So I've been seeing a few of these Mirais around town, and actually that was the official car of the Tokyo Olympics. And when I was looking for a car, I saw they're selling those Tokyo Olympic model Mirai. So it still says like Tokyo 2020 on the side of the car. It's all, you know, kitted out with the Tokyo Olympics logo and everything. So that would be kind of a fun car to have. But thank you. Thanks, Nostalgic. Nostalgic? What is it? Nostalgic. But not enough infrastructure yet for hydrogen refilling stations. But how cool is that, man? Water emission. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. All right, here we go. I was going to ask you guys, where you live, do the vehicles have this idle stop function? Here, a lot of the cars have this idle stop function in the car, where when you go up to a stoplight, the engine turns off. So, and then as soon as you let off the brake to start to accelerate, the engine starts up again. And you can disable it. This car has the button where you can turn it on or off. If it's in eco mode, it turns off. So as we roll up to a stop here, the engine will stop. And there it goes, it stops. And what's interesting is, okay, you guys have it. 0 emissions. Yeah. Here we go. I've noticed that when I'm at a traffic light, before the light changes and I still have my foot on the brake, the car will start. So I don't know if there's some sort of signal coming from the traffic signals that it's communicating with the vehicle, or maybe I'm just stoned. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I've noticed it a few times, and I was kind of like, what? How did it know this light was changing or going to change before it actually changed? But just before it changed, the engine started again. Very bizarre, but cool technology if that actually does exist. Okay, we're in Azerbaijan, boys and girls. And this is kind of a ritzy neighborhood. There's a lot of expats that live in this area. This and Hiro, which is not, it's in the same general area. This is kind of central Tokyo. Hiro, Roppongi, Akasaka. Akasaka is actually dead center Tokyo. But it's all part of Minato. Good restaurants. Great bakery here. Oh my God. Great bakery. If you come to Tokyo, you gotta come to Azerbaijan and go to Hudson Bakery. It's just up the street here. And an enormous variety of cakes and pies and scones and cookies. It's amazing. And the lady, she lived in New York City, speaks English, well, with a New York accent, and just a phenomenal variety and really top-notch baked goods. Check it out, Hudson Bakery. You'll thank me later. Yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time to stop. And plus parking. If somebody was in the car with me, I would consider it. But Jason, are you still there with us? Or are you in that 64.5 Mustang polishing it up to show me pictures? Okay. Yeah, if somebody was with me, I would double park and run in and grab some goods. But it's hard with a car. You just can't pull over in a busy neighborhood like this and double park and grab stuff. You have to properly park the vehicle. Oh, the trials and tribulations of owning a vehicle in Tokyo. All right, we're gonna turn left here. Azerbaijan right here. So today's oil change. Let me see in the chats. How much do you think this oil change is going to cost me? Just for reference, on my motorcycle, when I get an oil change, I just got one the other day. On my what was it? Speed Triple? Yeah, I think it was Speed Triple. I got oil change, including it was on the Vespa, including oil filter. It was 8,000 yen. So for this vehicle, oil change and filter, how much do you think it's going to cost me? Oh, how much? Well, how much do you think it's going to cost me? How much do you think is fair to pay for a car? Oil change. They don't have oil can Henrys and Jiffy Lube here, sadly. I have to take it to a specialty shop. This guy's, oh, he's doing a U-turn. That's why. When we get to the next stop, I'll check what you guys' guesses are. It's fun being out on the roads in Tokyo after being in the subway system for so long. When I got my bikes, I realized how everything connects together, and they're actually not that far apart, the different stations or different neighborhoods. When you're underground, like a mole, you just pop your head out, you have no idea what's in between all of these places. Yeah, we're gonna turn right here. So it's nice to be out in the roads. But the convenience of being in the subways here, public transportation is incredible in Tokyo. So convenient. You absolutely do not need your own transportation. It's a luxury to have it. It's not something that's a necessity like a lot of other cities or towns that people live in where there's no public transportation. But okay, we're passing into Hiro now. Hiro is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Tokyo. To get an apartment, land, buy a house, whatever. Super expensive. Hiro. There's a few embassies here, including the French embassy. And what are these guys doing? Oh, watch that taxi. Watch that one too. Oh my God, we're gonna die! Let's go here. So once we're in Hiro, we're not too far from Ebisu. And that is where this ride will terminate. Get to a stop here. All right. So, yeah, back to the oil change. So what did you guys guess? Yeah, price is right. In fact, 200,000 yen. No. Okay. Ryan, no. More than 100. More than that, Carrie. Okay. 8,000 yen. No. More than that, Keith. Nope. Keep going up, kids. Nobody's even close. Hang on. Well, you shot way over with 200,000. No way. I wouldn't do that. That's probably like for a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something. So it's costing me 33,000 yen. Yep, Corona, you're right. 300 bucks. 33,000 yen for an oil change and filter. What is that in US dollars? Probably like 250 bucks. Not happy about that. But yeah, I'm sure there's probably a better deal somewhere. So this is the first time doing it. So I'll suck it up this time, but I'm gonna start looking for somewhere else to take it, because there must be some other discount place. That's ridiculous, man. What do they have to do? Pull the engine to change the oil? Oh, that's a nice color on this Lexus. Isn't that pretty? A nice cobalt blue. That's nice. Dead ahead is Ebisu. right, and I need to check the map and figure out where this place is. Actually, we're gonna pull over here for a second. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. What's cool is all the electronic stuff on this car. Parking, to put it in park, you just press a button and it automatically puts it in park. It's electronic, pretty slick. There's all kinds of little doohickeys. I just figured out a few days ago that you can adjust. It's a tilt wheel. I was like trying to see the speedometer because the steering wheel was in the way, and I realized on the side there's a little lever to adjust the steering wheel up and down and blah blah blah. You all know that because you drive cars, but it's been a while. It's been a while for me. I'm just gonna check my map here and see how to get to this service station, and we'll pull right up there and we'll end it 3 minutes away. We're 3 minutes away. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go up and okay, let's keep an eye on this. All right. Yeah, I've got GPS on it, but oh, taxi pulling over. You gotta watch out for these guys, man. You gotta watch out for these taxis. Yeah, I've got GPS, but the voice is just annoying. I didn't want to have it interrupting our chat, so I put it on my phone. But it's coming up here very quick. So there you have it. Commute into Ebisu. Ebisu is right up here, straight ahead, and off to the left is Ebisu Station. Yeah, thanks for joining me. We'll do more of these, I promise. And you promise me that you'll check out the Homicide Inc. True Crime Podcast, my weekly true crime podcast. For those who have just joined, the latest one is fantastic. Actually, the last two I'm really, really excited about. This last one was about Mary Pinchot Meyer, JFK's mistress, who was murdered months after his assassination. And one before that's about the Golden State Killer, who was on the lam for 4 plus decades, before he was finally caught through DNA advances in technology. Both amazing stories. Please check it out. Homicide Inc. True Crime Podcast. Link is in the description of this video. And love for you to check it out and subscribe to it. It's free. It's wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on the Homicide Inc. True Crime website. Also, it's there. But yeah, they're not all blood and guts, so don't worry. I keep them classy, and it's really enjoyable for me as well. So please check it out. But hang tight, we're not there yet. We're just about arriving at our service station. Says I have to shoot. Okay, we're gonna be turning left here. I may be joining John a little later for a live stream. Straight ahead. So we'll let you know if he's doing that, or he'll let you know. And I may be going on a drive tomorrow. Where is this place? It should be coming up. Oh, it's gonna be here on the left. To Kamakura. A friend of mine moved to that area, and I might be driving there. That was the Yamanote line that just went by, heading into Ebisu Station. I may do a little bit of a car live stream around Kamakura. So I'll let you know tomorrow morning if I'm doing that. So be sure and subscribe to this channel, and You get notifications. Click the notification bell so you know when I go live. And we have arrived at our destination. Oh, this guy's just nice. That's helpful. Thank you, Yamate. Oh, what's his name? Kuroneko Yamoto, the delivery guy. Up here like this, and voila. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you again before too long. Yeah, that was the backup chime. Thanks. Thank you, Jason, as well, for your help always, and I'll be looking forward to getting your Mustang pictures. Kerry Keith, K-Spray Dad, thanks, guys. That was the reverse chime, yes. You want to hear it again? I can do that for you. There you go. And it's got, let me show you here. There's our view going back. Isn't that neat? Bet you don't have that on your Model T, do you, Jason? All right, guys. Yeah, I'll make it stop. All right. Here we go. Ciao for now, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.